almost every single student that holds them back. Game is fundamentally not that hard to learn, but if you're making these mistakes, you're making it much, much more difficult on yourself, and you might not ever even get to where you need to go. So without further ado, here are the 5 big ones to avoid. Number 1, not going out enough. Okay, it's very easy to be a keyboard jock. It's very easy to sit behind your computer, read some theory, hypothesize what might work, think that you're learning, allow yourself to think because I know what a chode is, because I know what a DHV is, etc., that I'm somehow better than those other guys and I'm learning something. No, you're not. Unless you're getting real world experience, you are learning shit, okay? All of the theory in the world doesn't mean anything without the real world practical examples to base it upon. In fact, even with practical knowledge or even watching someone else do it, it doesn't mean it unless you've been through it emotionally. Game is played in person, game is a contact sport, game is played in the field, and game is an emotional endeavor. So it only matters what your own personal experience is. Now, the theory is great because it can help you tailor that experience and get it faster and get it better, but without the experience, it is nothing. Number 2 biggest mistake I see guys make: doing the same thing over and over again, not pushing their boundaries, not pushing their comfort zones. If you don't give your brain new information, if you don't give yourself new experiences to work with, if you don't give yourself new challenges and new emotions and new frustrations, you will not learn. Your brain is the best problem-solving apparatus maybe in the universe. But if you don't give it the proper information, if you don't give it the proper pieces to the puzzle, it will never solve it. And if you keep giving it the same information over and over again, it will never make progress. So you have to do new things, even do dumb things sometimes, but especially do new things that you've seen other people do, new things you may have heard in videos, new things that you think might work. Go out there and try everything and try something different every single time. Every night, go out and just make one little tweak. Never do the same night twice. Never make the same mistake twice. Vow that that will be the way that you will learn. Number 3, thinking you're good too fast. Once you get to a little bit of a high beginner or intermediate level, you're starting to get some results, it's very easy to start getting ego. It's very easy to start to think, oh, I got this figured out. Oh, I'm good. Oh, I've learned certain things. And then you get attached to those principles. You get attached to the things you've learned, the things you thought you've learned. You get attached to doing game a certain way. And what happens is those will become ruts for you. Those will hold you back from different things you might learn. Also, as soon as you go in trying to think that you're good and maintain an ego, you won't take the big risk. You'll be worried about making a fool of yourself, and you will hold yourself back. Also, that's a new form of outcome dependence, right? There's the outcome dependence of I care too much what she thinks about me. I care too much about if I'm good or not. There's I care too much about maintaining my ego. I care too much about maintaining my self-image of that I'm good at this. So don't ever, even when you get to an advanced level, don't ever think of yourself as good at this. Think of yourself as I'm learning, I'm trying things, I'm having fun, and that will get you the best results. Ironically, not just in the long term for learning's sake, but it'll get you the best results in the short term as well, because it gets rid of that outcome dependence and it makes game more enjoyable for you. Number 4, actually slightly related to number 3, is getting too technical. All right, getting too technical. If you worry too much about technique, if you worry too much about doing everything right and being perfect, you will mess yourself up unbelievably, because game at its very core is a transference of emotion. It's conveying that you are a high value guy and you're comfortable with yourself and you like the life you're in. Now, if you are overthinking things, if you're being overly meticulous, if you're trying to be perfect and you think you have to be perfect, you are doing the exact opposite of being a high value guy. So even if your behaviors are high value behaviors, you are at a core level, at a soul level, doing things 100% wrong, and it will mess you up. So as soon as you find that doing things technically makes it no fun for you, or as soon as you find that doing things technically is putting you in your head or putting you out of state, drop it. It's way better to do the wrong thing in the right way than to do the right thing in the wrong way. It's more about where it's coming from than it is about the actual action. Number 5, if you truly want to get to that advanced level, the biggest mistake you can make is settling early. Okay, it's very, very easy as soon as you start to get some success to settle in and wifey up with the first girl who will take you. Or it's very easy to settle for like the 7, or to settle for, just doing the bread and butter situations and not really pushing yourself to the harder ones. And it's fun, it's easy, it's pleasurable in the short run, but deep down at your soul, you're holding yourself back, you could have done more, and that's gonna eat away at you. And you're also just never gonna get that good, all right? Yeah, I always say it's better for the soul to fail with the 10 than it is to succeed with the 7. And in the long run, that is the case. What you have to understand is We all have years and years and years to get good at this, and our best set now will be our average set in 6 months if we keep learning. So if you get too attached to that one best set you ran, 6 months from now, you could have that over and over and over again. A year from now, you could have way, way, way better than that. So don't be so quick to settle down. Especially don't be so quick to settle down and then get too comfortable and stagnate, all right? One of the greatest things that game will do for you is it will help you improve not just in game, but all kinds of aspects of your life. But as soon as you like wifey up and you get a little too comfortable, start eating the junk food, start spending your days on the couch, start getting complacent, you lose all that benefit, not just in game, but in life, okay? So never get complacent, always be pushing yourself, always realize that whatever you have now, whatever talents you've developed, enjoy them, but always be striving for something better. Never ever settle, never ever quit. And just to really hammer this home, understand that everyone else is getting better too. Technology is advancing, knowledge is advancing, people are getting better. So if you stagnate, you're actually losing ground. You can't just settle and be like, my life's comfortable and good. As soon as you settle, you will start getting significantly worse very, very quickly. So never settle, keep pushing and growing. Make sure that you're always moving yourself forward in at least one area. So those are the 5 biggest mistakes I see you guys make over and over again. One other thing I want to kind of highlight to you that goes along with this is keep it simple. Don't get lost in the vastness around you. Don't get lost in the, tons and tons, like pages and volumes and chapters of pickup information out there. Understand that fundamentally this is really simple and it's a process. Go out, you learn something, you apply it, you try something else, you learn it, you apply it, and you just get a little bit better every day. And throughout, trust your judgment, trust your experience. What works for you is what's right for you. Just because somebody says something works, even if they're getting good results with it, if it doesn't work for you, it doesn't work for you. It might not be congruent, all right? It's a very practical science, this. You can think of it more as like engineering than science in that way. It's very practical, it's very applied. Don't get lost in the vastness, keep it simple, and keep it experiential.